Namaste, welcome to Geeta's Kitchen. Now we are in the period of a lot of festivals. That is, we are now celebrating Chaitra Navratri and also tomorrow is Sri Rama Navami. So let us see some recipes associated with this. Navratri is usually a 9-day long festival dedicated to the worship of Mother Durga. And there are actually 4 Navratris in a year, which are Chaitra Navratri, Vasant Navratri, Sharad Navratri and Makhana Navratri. But the 2 which are very popular are the Sharadiya Navratri, which we celebrate in September, October, and also this Vasant Navratri, which we celebrate this month, also known as Chaitra Navratri. The Sharad Navratri, the one in September, October, is very popular in South India. It is celebrated with a lot of different activities. We have the Golu Bommai and every day we prepare different sundars. That is one celebration. This Navratri, which starts on the first day of the Hindu calendar, the Chaitra month, the calendar begins with the month of Chaitra. So the first day is celebrated as Yugadi or Gudi Padva, which is the New Year. And from that day onwards, these following 9 days are celebrated as Chaitra Navratri. And in this period, especially, many people observe fasts of different kinds. Some people observe a Nirjala fast without drinking water also. That is a very strict fast. Some people observe it eating only fruits or fruits and milk, or eating only one time a day. And there are individual restrictions based on the foods you can eat and you cannot eat. Generally, people avoid non-veg and alcohol during any of these festivals or fasting time. We are not allowed to eat the regular foods like wheat or rice, and even turmeric powder, that is haldi, certain spices, red chilies, etc. not allowed. People generally take only this Sabudana, also known as Sago, or they take Rajgira, that is amaranth flour, or Kuttu Atta, that is buckwheat flour, and make preparations out of that. So today, and this, as I said, is more so in North India. It is quite popular, this kind of fasting for the Chaitra Navratri. So the items which are allowed and not allowed might have a slight variation from family to family. So you please observe what is done in your family after consulting the elders. So today I am going to show you a simple kheer made out of this makhana. This is makhana, also known as lotus seed or fox nuts in English. So this is generally used in all prasadams which we serve to God. So let us see how to make it. I have kept about 500 ml of milk. I have kept it for boiling and to reduce it also slightly. Now here I am just adding a teaspoon of ghee. To this I am adding some raisins and cashew nuts. Now when the nuts and raisins are well roasted, we will drain them out. Now add this makhana or lotus seeds in this and just roast them in the same pan. People in South India may not be very familiar with this, but North Indians, they use it very frequently in their prasad. Dry roast these makhanas till they become nice and crisp. Then we can switch it off, remove it in a bowl. When it comes down to room temperature, we will coarsely powder it and keep it. Our milk has boiled well. Now to the milk I am adding 1/4 cup of sugar and boil it for a few minutes more till the sugar is also well dissolved. Just pulse it for a few seconds. Don't make a fine powder. If you have bits and pieces also, it's totally fine. Add it to this boiling milk and mix it all well together. Next I have a few strands of saffron. I will dissolve it in milk and add. Allow it to come to a boil once again, and finally we can add our fried cashews and raisins to it. Our delicious Makhana Kheer to be offered to Mother Durga as part of our Vrat ka Khana is ready. Navratri is a time of fasting where we invoke the Supreme Mother to bless us with all her powers, and this fasting is a kind of detox not only for your body, detox for your mind and soul too. So let us resolve to get rid of all negativity and start our new year all fresh and with all good positive vibrations. Now let's make another recipe for our Navratri fasting, and that is Sabudana coconut bath. So let's see how to do it. See, this is Sabudana or Sago, the regular one. I have taken 1 cup and then soaked it in equal quantity of water. 1 cup of water, soaked it overnight so that it has absorbed all the water and it should be very soft to touch like this, and also separate grains. Now we will heat a little bit of oil in a pan. You can use oil or ghee. If you don't use oil, you can make it with ghee also. Now add some cumin seeds or jeera to this. Grated ginger, 1 green chilli which I have chopped, also curry leaves and some groundnuts. When the groundnuts are well roasted, we'll add in this grated coconut, fresh grated coconut. You can take nearly 3/4 cup or at least minimum half a cup you need, and stir it together. Next I am adding in this soaked sago which has absorbed all the water. Reduce the flame and mix everything well together. The coconut, groundnuts. For fasting recipes, we generally use this senda namak or rock salt. So we'll add the salt to this sago coconut bath. Finally, add a teaspoon of ghee to this. With a light hand, mix it all well together. And finally, add some coriander leaves. If your fasting does not allow coriander leaves, you can omit it. Now this is done and ready. See, our perfect fluffy Sabudana coconut bath is ready. Just a few tips for making it nice and fluffy. Soak it overnight with equal quantity of water. I used 1 cup of sago, so 1 cup of water, so that the water is totally absorbed. If there is water in it, then it will stick to your pan and you won't get fluffy grains. Secondly, use a heavy pan so that it does not stick, and cook it over a low to medium flame, and you can enjoy this tasty Sabudana coconut bath as part of your Navratri fasting recipe. And this year the Navratri started on 2nd of April, and tomorrow the 10th of April is the Navami. Chaitra Navratri's Navami, which is also celebrated as Rama Navami. It is believed that Sri Rama was born on this day. So we have very special celebrations all over India for this particular auspicious day. And I will show you some recipes which in South India we make particularly for this Rama Navami festival. And I have shown this earlier also to you. We make Neer Mor, which is a kind of buttermilk, and Panagam, another drink made out of jaggery and some dry ginger powder. What is the reason behind making this? And it is served to everybody. In fact, when you go down to smaller towns, you will be seeing that it is served to all passers-by in and around temples, everywhere. This is because this is the peak summer season, and this buttermilk and jaggery water, that is Panagam, really helps to rehydrate you and quench your thirst too. Very simple and easy preparations. And before we begin the preparation, a little small anecdote about the Ramayana. Many of you will be familiar with the different chapters, also known as sargas or cantos in the Ramayana, depending on which part of the story is dealt with. For example, it starts with the Balakandam, which refers to the childhood growing up of the four brothers, Rama, Lakshmana, Bharat and Shatrughan. Then we have the Ayodhya Kandam, then the Aranya Kandam, Kishkinda Kandam and so on. Now, and finally we end with the Pattabhishekam, and later on there is the Uttara Kandam also added to it. Now there is, as I said, a particular name given to each Kandam. Now, one particular portion of the Ramayana is called Sundara Kandam. Sundara Kandam is very, very powerful, and people actually recite the Sundara Kandam at any time of their lives whenever they want to overcome any difficulty, whether it is financial, whether it is something connected with their health or career, whatever the case may be. Personally, I have also read the Sundara Kandam a number of times and reaped its benefits. What comes to my mind is a small anecdote related to this. It is said that Lava and Kusha, the children of Rama, they were going around reciting the Ramayana. There Valmiki and Hanuman were also listening to it. And when they came up to this portion of where Hanuman crossed the ocean, went over to Lanka and discovered Sita, they said they called it as the Hanumanta Kandam, because there the main character is Hanuman, with all his power which is shown over there, how he overcome so many obstacles while crossing the ocean and finally discovered Sita. But then Hanuman, being the great devotee that he is, he immediately objected. He said, no, please do not name it as Hanuman Kandam. Anything should either be connected only with Sri Rama or Mother Sita. My name should not appear. So Valmiki tried to convince him in many ways. He said, no, see, it is only because of you that you were able to cross the ocean. You took so much effort and you overcame so many obstacles and finally discovered Mother Sita. Hanuman says, not at all. Who gave me the strength to cross the ocean? None other than Sri Rama. If I had not got the strength from Sri Rama, I would not have been able to achieve anything. And so this argument went on back and forth, but Hanuman never agreed at all. So then Valmiki, who is all-knowing, just smiled to himself and he said, okay, we'll call it as Sundara Kandam. So Hanuman was very happy. He said, yes, we'll call it as Sundara Kandam. But tell me why you want to name it as Sundara Kandam. So then he says, see, Sundara means beautiful. So Sundara, Rama is beautiful. Mother Sita is Sundari, she is also beautiful. The place where this is taking place is so beautiful. And also the story is beautiful. Everything is beautiful. So we'll call it as Sundara Kandam. Hanuman, the great devotee, was extremely happy. And he goes back home very happily. And just as he enters his house, his mother Anjana looks at him and endearingly calls him and says, Sundara, why are you delayed today? Where have you been? And Hanuman is a bit astonished. See, generally mothers, when we call our children, we call them not only by their name but by different names also, affectionately. So then she calls him Sundara, and Hanuman says, Mother, why are you calling me by this name? His mother is Anjana. And then she tells him, before you were born, Shiva had said that I would get a very beautiful baby. And so when you were born, you were very beautiful. And even before you got the name Maruti also, we named you as Sundara. Sundara meaning beautiful. It is then that Hanuman understood this is what. Then Hanumanji understood what Valmiki had really done. He had actually named it Sundarakanda after Hanuman, but without Hanumanji's really realizing it, and then he was very, very happy too. So we'll come to the very simple preparation of Neer Mor, which is a buttermilk. take the required quantity of curd in a bowl, and to this I am adding a little bit of hing, some finely chopped ginger, see, some salt and curry leaves. Add it also. Add sufficient quantity of water to this. You can add about 2 to 3 cups, and then whisk it all together like this. Just heat a spoon of oil, add a few mustard seeds, and I have just taken a few pieces of green chilli. I am adding to it. Now pour this over the buttermilk. This Neer Mor is supposed to be dilute like this. That will really quench your thirst. This seasoning of mustard and green chilli is optional. If you are on a fast and you want to avoid the use of mustard, you can just omit it and take the Neer Mor as it is. So our delicious Neer Mor is ready for Rama Navami Prasadam. The next preparation is Panagam, a typical South Indian preparation for Rama Navami festival. So take the required quantity of jaggery. You can take about half a cup of grated jaggery. We'll add some water to this. Now dissolve this jaggery very well in the water. To this add some dry ginger powder. If you have dry ginger, whole dry ginger, you can just crush it and add. I am adding the dry ginger powder. Mix it also well. Just as I was making this panakam, in the background on the road we could hear this auto with the loudspeaker about the Sita Rama Kalyanam. Very auspicious. Next I have taken here 2 cardamoms. We'll crush this also and add the cardamom powder also to this. So a very flavorful panakam with dry ginger powder, that is sont powder, cardamom, and the goodness of jaggery. On our channel Geeta's Kitchen, we love to encourage the next generation, youngsters and all our subscribers to come forward and showcase their talents too. So here let us offer all these preparations as Naivedyam to Bhagwan Sri Ramachandra Murthy and Sita Maiya on the auspicious occasion of Sri Rama Navami with a bhajan sung by Srimati Kausani Mukherjee from West Bengal.
रामचंद्राय जनकराजाय मनोहराय मामकावभीष्टध्याय महितमङ्गलम् रामचंद्राय जनकराजाय मनोहराय मामकावभीष्टध्याय महितमङ्गलम् कौसले साय मन्दहासदासपोषणाय वासवादिवीनथ स्वदर्दमङ्गलम् चारु कुंकुम पेठ चंदनाधिचर्चिताय हारकटक शोभिताय भूरि मंगलम् ललित रत्न कोन्नलाय तुलसी वनमालिकाय ललित रत्न कोन्नलाय तुलसी वनमालिकाय जलज सदृश देहाय चारु मंगलम् देवकी सुपुत्राय देवदेवधामाय चापजाथ गुरुवरय भव्यमङ्गलम् पुण्डरीकाक्षाय पूर्णचन्द्रवादनाय अन्धजातवाहनाय अतुलमङ्गलम् विमलरूपाय विविधवेदान्तवेदाय सुमुखचित्तकामिताय सुभगमङ्गलम् రామదాస మృదుల హృదయ తామరాస నివాసాయ స్వామి భద్రగిరివరాయ సర్వమంగళం. రామదాస మృదుల హృదయ తామరాస నివాసాయ స్వామి భద్రగిరివరాయ సర్వమంగళం. స్వామి భద్రగిరివరాయ సర్వమంగళం. స్వామి భద్రగిరివరాయ సర్వమంగళం.